Alrighty, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer before we got started here. As you can see, it looks a little bit different. We have another person in the frame. This is technically about Mrs. Doubtfire, but boy, oh boy, do we go off the rails a lot. So if you're just trying to hear more of like a chit-chatty situation, this is going to be the one for you. But if you want to go back to regular scheduled programming, we'll see you next time. But it's a good one, I promise. We talk a lot about Mrs. Doubtfire, but we also talk a lot more about a lot of other stuff, and Chase is really into it, as you can see. So that's my little disclaimer, and here comes the episode.
Welcome to another episode of The Dish with Chase and Ben. I'm Chase.
And I'm Ben.
And with us today is a dear friend,
A close confidant.
Melise Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melise Hill.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, Melise.
It's a real honor.
Is it now?
Melise is an expert on the movie that we're talking about today.
She is.
Which is why we brought her on today.
She's a long time... What do they say in radio? Long time listener, first time caller?
Yes.
Long time listener, first time on the podcaster.
Yes. Yes, was a #1 fan
You were.
leading up. I was hoping to be on episode 8 for 8 Mile as promised, but
Well, you're on episode... Wait.
Sometimes
This
I
is
feel
episode
like
9.
I'm going to be like as like truthful because we've been
No.
friends for such a long time. That movie's boring as hell. It's boring.
I also can't stand Eminem, so...
It's such a slow burn. I like Eminem, and I think Eminem is a great and talented person. But it's boring, right? Like
as a movie, you think it's boring?
you think it's not boring. You don't think it's boring.
I haven't seen it, so...
No.
Like it's pretty. But it's a slow burn, right? Like it is. It's
You think it's a slow movie?
sure.
I wouldn't say it's slow. I mean, there's...
It's the same.
There's action,
so it would
there's
be like
love
no. You know what?
story,
No,
there's comedy.
it's a music movie.
You don't like
So
music
those are
movies
slow
at
burns.
all. Yeah.
Ray is a slow burn.
Who is that about?
Ray
Charles.
Charles
Who's
with
her?
Jamie Foxx.
I know.
Is Jamie Foxx okay now or no?
I don't
Have you
know.
heard
We
about
haven't
Jamie
seen
Foxx?
that. Let's talk about that
No.
for a second.
He had like some sort of like medical.
He had a cardiac
emergency or
episode.
something like that.
Chase, you should move forward a little
And
bit.
people weren't
No,
talking.
like scoot closer to Melise a little bit.
People
So sorry.
weren't talking about like what exactly it was. They were just like they were being really vague.
Was it
about
cardiac
what He
though?
was talking.
Because I thought I saw something where it was
they just said
like
an acute medical condition.
okay,
Or something
like
like
something
that.
happened.
Really
Yeah,
vague like
yeah.
that. And it was like a life or death situation, and like that's like
But he's alive.
Ben,
he came
pull it
out
up.
of it.
Pull it up on the
Okay.
thing. Let's do a little update right now. Yeah, let's check on Jamie Foxx, everybody. God, that guy.
What happened to
Love
Jamie
him.
Foxx?
I do love Jamie.
Jamie Foxx.
But yeah, but really quick, while he's looking that up, though, I literally hate music movies. Though I think
They
they're
all,
not
they're
interesting
kind
to
of
me.
like pretty
2 days ago, he
similar.
came out of the hospital.
What happened? Did they say what actually happened?
5 hours ago, we have something. Medical complication.
That is weird.
Let me read real fast.
It's something embarrassing. Like it has to do with his butt or something weird. Whoa. No.
He's fine. He's totally fine. So it's been 1 month since Jamie Foxx was hospitalized after suffering a medical complication. On Friday, the 12th of May, his daughter Corinne Foxx revealed that the actor had been out of the hospital for weeks. Sad to see how the media runs wild, she wrote on Instagram. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. He's fine.
He was
Still no
did you
answers,
say,
though. What
Did you
happened?
say that he was playing the piccolo Saturday?
He's playing pickleball.
My dad's fine. He was playing the piccolo.
He was
on
playing
Saturday.
the hell out of a
His
pickleball.
lungs
you
are
guys.
fine.
Gosh.
Yeah,
You,
everyone.
you think you can have an acute medical something if you're
Yeah.
playing the piccolo?
Yeah, dude. He's a piccoloist. His prowess as a
Piccoloist.
piccolist. A piccolist.
He's actually a really good singer, and he's on the beginning of that one song. He gave me money.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in need.
That's all he's done. Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
I think
And
that's
that-
what he's known for.
I'd say so.
That, yeah.
And his little play pretend that he does sometime here and
He's
there.
great in Django.
He's great in Django. He's
Yeah.
great in Law Abiding Citizen.
Oh, that movie's so good.
Speaking of Django and circling it back to 8 Mile, did you know that Quentin Tarantino was actually supposed to do 8 Mile, but he was busy doing, I believe it was Kill Bill.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank God.
That would have been a totally different
That would have
movie.
been so weird.
It
That would have been
so
very
weird.
tricky.
Who would've
I probably
died?
would have
Who would've
watched it.
died? Like that would have been such an intense movie.
Somebody in real life.
I suppose.
It's a biography.
Yeah, about 8
No,
Mile
it's not.
Road.
It's not real?
No, it's loosely based.
Oh, for meow's sake. I don't want to watch it.
It's
Anyway,
like the,
now
it's
here
like
we
the
are
50 Cent
talking-
movie. Do you remember the 50 Cent movie?
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Do
ever
you remember
saw
that time that we saw
What?
Nelly together?
Ugh, never forget. That was so good.
We saw Nelly at a fair, and it was like free. It
I
was
know.
Gross. It was a
Wasn't he
gross
like
fair.
trashed?
Melise and I were the
no,
definitely.
I thought he
that
was-
Vanilla Ice.
Excuse me. I get those
He
two
was
mixed
also
up all the
there.
time.
Yeah.
We were definitely the best looking people there, I would say.
I would say
For
Michigan's
sure.
finest.
Listen,
out
Sure.
there.
we
Yeah.
yeah.
what's wrong with Michigan?
No, Michigan's
Nothing.
finest
Michigan's
was
the
at that
best.
show.
I'm
at
saying,
that county
yeah.
fair. They
We were there, obviously.
Y'all.
But yeah, it was him and Vanilla Ice and Chingy
Special
came
appearance.
out. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah.
Sounds
You know what?
racially
I will be
uncomfortable.
honest with you, because this was only a few years ago. Like, he sounded great. He
It
did.
was, yeah,
He did
honestly,
a great job.
I was
Yeah.
expecting him to come out there
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, I just have to like get this done and get
was
paid."
great.
No, he did a
No, he
great
did-
job.
he put on
He
a
really
great
gave
show.
it his all.
And he
Yeah.
was on there for a long time. It was good. Yeah, it was great.
That's
I still
awesome.
have all those videos. Like, they're fun. They're hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah, I have all those videos on my phone.
So,
Send 'em to me.
I'll send them
Yeah.
to you. Yeah, I will.
So-
Send them to my people.
so Mrs. Doubtfire.
yeah.
So we
Segue.
so we watched
Segue.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Really quick though, I am gonna be. Before we get into that, Melise, how do we know you? How are we
Honestly,
friends?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you kidding
I
me?
can't.
How do
Hello.
I know you guys?
You know me from starting to work at the shop I was working at.
Oh yeah.
And
Still
then we
are.
became
That's right.
really good friends, I would say.
Yes, I started there in 2015.
Woof.
I did my little guest spot interview day, and
What did you tattoo
you
on
didn't
that
say
day?
one word to me.
Yeah.
Thought you were a jerk.
I am a jerk. Yeah.
What did you tattoo that day?
Like a crawfish or like an underwater creature. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was a long
I
day.
remember that actually.
Yeah.
It's a long day. They're so small.
It was a big one.
She was
hear
probably
myself?
It was
concerned.
like a Benjamin Crybaby Wallace size.
That's me.
Yeah.
Crib baby. Crib baby.
And then you just showed up 10 years later. Or
Not
8 years later, maybe. When did
I
you
started
start
working
that?
there in 2018.
So 3 years later, that's what I said. Yeah.
3 years later, I started working there. Oh my gosh.
Melise is like very close to one of the original crew members.
Who?
You.
I'm very
Oh,
close.
I was like, who is she
like,
close
really
to?
You're close. Other than me, like you're close.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty close.
Was Ryan working there already?
Yeah, he was working there.
Ryan
Okay.
was there like after the first year, I think.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Wow. I remember like that. It was yesterday.
Y'all are
You were still in
y'all
high
are
school then.
newbies.
Yeah, because we started. When did y'all start the shop? 2012?
11 years ago.
2011? 2012.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was
I was
graduating high
22
school.
years old. Yeah.
Graduating high school.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've just been friends for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I forced myself into
Our friendship has been lasted the test of time, which is good.
I'd say so. The test of the rotating people that work at a
Sure.
place. Here we are. We're still
True.
here.
We're still here. And
Heck
we're
yeah.
still like awesome and great. And see Nelly live for free. For free.
Yeah.
I don't think it was free, but okay.
That's enough.
All right,
of
so
that.
Mrs. Doubtfire. So we all know who Melise is now. Perfect. Your whole life story that quick. Hi, I'm Melise Hill. I'm a Canadian tattoo artist.
Don't.
Background.
Melise Euphegenia Hill.
Euphegenia Doubtfire, dear.
Euphegenia Doubtfire, dear.
Honestly, we should restart this whole thing, and when you guys introduce me, I just go, hello. That
We
was the
can't
missed
restart now. We're
opportunity.
very, very, very into it.
We're
and I
deep
don't
in
want
Yes.
to.
Carlito.
He's trying to escape.
He's trying to bite his tootsie toes off. Yeah.
He was having a
Carlito.
go at his tail earlier today, but
Yeah,
that's
he
a story
loves
for
his
another
tail.
time.
So Mrs. Doubtfire is a fantastic movie. It has
Yeah.
Robin Williams in it.
We decided to watch Mrs. Doubtfire because it's a classic that all of us really, really like. And we thought fitting for our first guest to have a movie on that we were all new in love and could talk about. And maybe later we'll have a little trivia off and see who wins between these
See who
two.
wins.
Betwixt the two of us.
Just the two of
Betwixt
us.
of us. Between us.
Betwixt us, yes.
1v1. 1 versus 1.
Winner take all. Loser,
Winner
Die.
take all.
wiener.
Yeah, so I feel like I have an emotional attachment with the movie.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I was a kid and I like watched it right away at my dad's house.
You were 3? No,
Probably-
you were 0.
if
When
it was
didn't it come out in 93?
Let me look really quick.
It came out in 93. I pulled it up. Chase was not born in 93.
You weren't?
I was 3 years old.
You were born
already.
in 90.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm an
When
old
was I
goat.
born, Melise?
2020.
Yeah, like 99. No, 96, right?
94.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
I'm in the business end of my 20s.
Yeah, you weren't even born yet when it came out.
You
okay?
guys are-
You don't even know this. You don't even know how it was. Back
Okay, you
then.
didn't like go to the theaters and see it. You
I
were
was
3.
I was wearing hand-me-down shoes and
Hand me down
walking
from whom?
walking 20 miles to the grocer at 3 years old.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I specifically remember having it on VHS,
Yeah, I had it on VHS.
watching it at home.
Yeah,
I never owned this
I
movie.
definitely didn't watch it like in theaters.
I don't think I did
No.
either.
Well,
I was
yeah,
pretty
you
young.
were way too
Do you
young.
think this movie would have been rated like PG-13 or family movie?
It's
I think
PG-13.
it's PG.
Yeah,
It's PG-13.
Is
it?
I looked it up, yeah.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
wild stuff happens in this movie. And they say, do they say the F word?
no.
No,
I'll tell you right
no.
now.
They don't.
I would say some light swear words, but not,
Yeah, they
nothing
say
serious.
light.
Let's go to the
Not-
parents'
not-
guide on
definitely not the
IMDb.
F word. There's definitely no
Profanity is
real-
moderate.
There's no real nudity.
When Mrs. Doubtfire peeks out of the window to see that his wife is with another man, he gives him the middle finger. That's an F bomb.
Come on.
At least 15 uses of damn, 3 uses of goddamn, 2 uses of shit, and goddamn 1 use of asshole and bastard, several uses of hell, and at
Okay.
least 2 uses of shit.
Okay, so he doesn't use the actual F word though.
What word is that?
Fart.
Fair.
That when I was a little kid, I did think the F word was fart for like a minute. Just for
When
a minute.
I was a little kid, my mom used to wake up really early to do her Bible study, and I would wake up too because I had terrible nightmares. So I would go down and lay on the couch while she was doing her Bible study. And I remember very vividly one time I was laying with my front towards the back of the couch, and I put my middle finger up, and I was like, oh.
Oh my God, she saw.
No, I did it with
The
my back.
Lord
I
saw.
did it
She's
like
gonna
these.
listen to this and know now.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive I've told her that. I have no secrets
I
from
hope.
my mom. But yeah, so Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, I don't know. I have an emotional attachment to it. I think it's like one of those movies that's like good all the time. You can watch it as many times as you want, and it's
Honest to
so
God.
good. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a great movie. Plus, too, I think that there's just so many dynamics that you could relate to, or I can, because I'm like a child of divorce too. So I think that also resonates with me because it was it's rough at first, like it was in the movie, and then it just
Yeah.
chills out. It's exactly how it goes. And I remember reading a long time ago that the original ending of that movie was that the parents got together at the end.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
glad they
but
left it
Robin
the way.
Williams-
Well, and Robin Williams said no.
Yeah, because he didn't want to give kids of divorce hope that would happen.
False hope,
Oh.
yeah.
Which is really
Yeah.
nice.
Well, it shows them they're both successful and they're both happy and their family is
They're
still
fine.
happy.
They're functional.
Yeah, everything's
They're
still
functional,
okay.
totally
Yeah.
functional, yeah. Yeah,
good.
things
But-
can get better.
Consider if that wasn't a comedy and was a drama or that sort of thing.
It's very
happened in real life.
disturbing.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
disturbing.
in a different.
It's
I-
so disturbing.
I thought that when we were watching it, I was like when the mask, when his prosthesis falls down, and that little Matilda girl, she daddy.
Yeah,
I was like, she has to go to therapy now.
Yeah, could you
the thing
imagine?
too is if he in the middle of a divorce battle like that too, if they caught him doing that,
He's
God,
dude,
arrested.
you would literally never see your kids ever again in your
well,
whole
and that's what they
life,
do.
dude.
They're
Yeah.
you have to have a court liaison,
Yeah.
everybody, and he freaks out. I was like, dude, what are you expecting?
Yeah, this is deeply disturbing. You
Yeah.
are in their house every day. You're giving them advice and it's so weird. It's just so strange.
I don't know what he would be charged
Ugh.
with, but I think he
Menacing?
go to
I don't know.
jail for that,
endangerment,
go to-
child endangerment.
I don't know. Trespassing.
Well, yeah, because legally he can't see them.
Yeah, they didn't
besides on the
say he
weekends.
could come over.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't think it was him. I
so
don't
many
know.
things.
Should we call
it's-
my dad
yeah,
really
they
quick and
could
ask what charges could be?
phone in a father.
Phone in a father.
A father. Let's phone your dad and just ask him how to
dad?
build something.
What's your
cool.
dad's first name?
Tim.
Tim.
Tim. Is it just Tim or is
Hill.
it Timothy?
Timothy J.
Timothy J. Hill.
J-A-Y.
Timothy J.
Honest
Hill.
to God.
Yeah.
I love
He
that
was
for
our
him.
he was our 23rd president. Timothy J. Hill.
Timothy J. Hill, TJ.
TJ. They call him.
Did he go by TJ?
they
Did you call him TJ?
That
They
was
call
his
him
business,
TJ because
Hill.
they're French
I don't think anyone
Canadian,
really
so
called
that his
him.
name is TJ.
TJ.
Yeah,
Because he's
with a
French
French
Because he
accent,
speaks French.
TJ. You know what I'm
Touche.
saying? That's how it is, right, Melise? Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of French, I heard this French song and I want you to listen to it, but we'll talk about that later. It's really good. It's called
We don't have
Dopamine.
time for that right now.
So Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I get
There's
a
so
spectrum
many
check.
quotable lines. If anyone's listening that hasn't seen it, that's just shame on you. Like, that's just... I don't
Yeah,
even,
the movie's been out for
I'm
30
not even going to
years. We can
suggest for you to watch it, because that's just, like,
No.
disrespectful to even...
If you haven't watched it at this point or you're not familiar with it, it was on purpose.
Yeah,
like,
this is
that's
too
crazy.
Yeah, as an American child that grew up in the 90s, like, it's just
Yeah, dude.
Because that was your
American.
child.
Yeah.
That was your story. That was
American
your
slash
This
surrounding
is
area.
one of those movies, though, that
North
when I
American.
think of this movie, I think it, like, embodies my childhood.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your dad
Yeah.
dressed up as
It
a woman
reminds
to
me of a
watch
very
it.
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
time. Yeah. My dad dressing like a woman and confusing me.
It's like, Dad, what?
He's like, no, I'm Mrs. Doubtfire now.
That's how your dad
He's like,
talks.
"Oh,
call me like my name's Euphegenia.
Call me Euphegenia.
What
Call me
What a
Euphegenia
name.
Dad.
Euphegenia Dad Fire.
Dad Fear. El Fuego, if you will, on the streets of Dubai.
Oh, because your last name is Suarez. So Spanish.
Sanchez. Yeah, let's tell everyone my last name on this.
Are you
That's
kidding me?
Sanchez.
It's on your Instagram.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it
it's not.
is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Who invited this guy on our podcast, Melise? What's happening over here?
All right. Well, that was episode 9, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Do
I
you-
think. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's probably tough with
Sorry.
3 people to.
It is tricky. I've been
Yeah.
on a podcast with 3 people before. It's
Oh
tricky.
yeah, the 3 Bs. Yeah.
Not the 3
Talk,
Bs,
our
but
guest.
okay.
Talk, our guest.
Talk, our guest.
You talking about so many quotable lines in this movie. I think that most people, even if they like haven't seen it or don't remember it, will say, "Oh, a run by fruiting." Everyone does, and it's such a just like generic cop out
It's
joke.
perfect.
So
I was
didn't
gonna
know,
say like you don't really know the movie if
Sure.
that's the one
Yeah,
that you're
sure.
gonna say.
which is funny because one of the deep cuts that Chase says all the time that I literally didn't realize until last night when we watched this movie, that is a quote from Mrs. Doubtfire, is "hot jambalaya." And it kills me. You say it all the time to get people out of your way, and it's when Mrs. Doubtfire is trying to poison stew.
With Peppa. With Peppa. It's Melise. With Peppa.
Oh,
It
sorry.
just scared me.
I'm sorry.
I heard a
Yeah.
lot of noise under the table, and I thought the dogs were fighting under the table.
I'm
That's-
allergic to pepper.
I'm allergic to pepper. And he just piles
Yeah.
that fucking pepper on there.
He
dude.
tries to kill him.
It's like,
Also, keep
dude,
going.
if you sumacked me like that, I would die.
You're out.
I'm
Not telling
allergic
the
to
whole
sumac.
world you're
I'm allergic to
kryptonite.
sumac.
What is that like? Poison oak? Is that?
It's like a
poison?
no. It's,
No, sumac
it's
is
actually an herb, and it like grows in Michigan like a
no,
lot.
Carlos.
And apparently, I'm like really freaking.
It's like
allergic
poison
to it.
ivy and poison oak, though, right? The
Well, you can
places
no.
that
They make it
oh, something
herb,
you eat?
like you eat it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
It's to replace,
when I was
like,
a little-
lemon.
like when I was a tiny like kid, like I was like 8 or 10 or something like that. I was at my
Tiny.
dad's, and my dad lives like in the. Well, you've been at my dad's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was
4th of
at
July,
my
yep.
yeah, so I was at my dad's in the woods behind his house, and we were playing hide and seek out there, Clarkston, Michigan. Everybody,
In the house.
it's the hill people up there, and we were hanging out and we were playing hide and go seek. Well, I hid in a sumac bush.
Oh my god.
That's
I
what
just,
mean.
like,
it just like grows out.
Well, yeah, but you
Yeah.
can make it into.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that part.
So I'm like hiding into the bush, and like I'm serious, like maybe like 30 seconds in, I'm like coughing and sneezing. I'm like, whoa, I feel weird. And then maybe like 15 minutes after that, my eyes were swollen shut, and I had like hives on my neck. So I go to the hospital. They give me a shot in my butt. This is actually what happened. I'm gonna just be honest about
Go
this
right
really
ahead.
quick. Okay. And my dad can vouch for me on this.
Should we
So
call
I
him?
was an emotional child.
What?
I was like a 10-year-old, and I was scared. Because I'm going through the hospital, and like people are like, oh my god, like look at that guy, and I could only hear them. I couldn't see them, you know. So they're like, look at that kid. He like blah blah blah, and I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna fucking die in here, and that's cool. So like we get into the room, and like shortly after we get in this room, this like nurse is really nice, and she's like, you know, we're gonna give you a shot, and I was like, cool, whatever. She's like, all right, so like I'm gonna have you hunch over the table. I'm gonna have you slide your pants down just a little bit, and we're gonna put it like in your right buttock. And
Not
I
in
was
the
like,
hock.
oh okay, like, and as a kid, I didn't even think about it because I was like, yeah, it's my butt. Like that's not like
That sucks.
That's not bad. Like that'll be fine.
Yeah.
It was like. Have you either of you had a shot in your butt before?
No.
My
it is
entire
like,
butt's tattooed.
Yeah, but it was like. Oh God! It feels like a rattlesnake. Just like just get you.
It's the worst.
Yeah. So she does it. Okay. She like puts it in, pushes that plunger thing down.
And you
And I was
can
like,
feel it.
and I was
Yeah.
a kid, and I was like, and I'm like, just like and I'm so tensed up.
Your
She
swollen
pulled
face.
the syringe out, and
Yeah.
the medicine squirted out of my ass. It
Oh
like
my
squirted
gosh.
out of the wound because my butt was so tensed
Oh.
up that it pushed it out of my
Yeah.
wound. So she had to go and get another shot, and then she literally had a nurse come and like hold me, and was like, "You're gonna be okay." And then
Where
they're like,
were your parents?
my dad was there with me, and he was holding my hand, but like that nurse was like, "You're gonna be fine," and she was like holding
Yeah.
my arms, and like the other nurse was just like, "God," she jabbed into my ass,
That's wild.
and it hurt. And that it took like literally 2 days for my eyes to not be swollen. And then one time, I was eating something that somehow had sumac in it, and my like mouth swelled and I looked like ridiculous, and we had to go to the hospital. So it's just like it just
Was that
doesn't.
kind of recently?
Yeah, like a couple years ago.
I think I
Yeah.
remember that.
yeah, you were my friend at that point.
Yeah.
You were my friend.
If only Mrs. Doubtfire was there to just. I don't think it would have worked that
Well,
way.
that's
Help is on the way.
That's the problem I have with that scene, though, because like he's eating pepper and he starts choking, but he chokes on a shrimp.
He does, and he has no allergic reaction.
Yeah, I never thought about that
He
until
just
this
chokes.
moment. But
Yeah, he just chokes on it.
yeah.
Well, because I don't know, maybe he's not
Movie
allergic.
mistake.
Maybe he's not allergic to cayenne pepper. Maybe he's only allergic to black pepper.
Black pepper. You tried to ignore it like it didn't happen.
Guys, you guys should have just let it go.
No,
through.
you didn't let go of the slip
Why
up
didn't
last
no one?
episode.
No one else did.
Oh, you were
guys
you were
are
both like
so-
black pepper. Don't say anything. This is going off the rails quick, and I love it.
All right.
What's
so,
the sound you made for the fish last episode?
for the fish? I don't know what you're talking about.
You had a little, the little sucker fish.
It's a little.
That sounds accurate. Where's my giant water bottle?
Oh, I threw it out.
I don't know where it is. My back hurts.
My back hurts.
It does. I want 150,000.
Okay, so anyways, quotable movie. It's hilarious, and
Go ahead.
And
I don't know. Like, I just think that movie is like one of those. It's like The Birdcage to me. It's like one
Yeah.
of those movies where you're.
classic Robin
yeah.
Williams humor.
I don't
Seriously, though.
honestly. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen that movie. I couldn't tell.
Mrs.
You.
Doubtfire.
No way. Yeah.
I just said when you were out of the room that because we were arguing or not arguing, we were talking about who might win
Arguing.
the we
The
just
trivia.
beat each other up.
Yeah.
Who might win the trivia? And I was like, Chase is probably better at remembering things, but I've probably seen it more times.
You think
I've
you've
seen
seen
that
it more
movie
times?
so many
Me
times.
too, dude.
I went through like when I was young, I watched it a lot because we had
Yeah.
it on VHS.
Sure.
But then I probably didn't watch it many times in high school, and then in college, I like
Binged it.
yeah, I like saw it on TV one day, and I was
you're
like, "This is amazing!
You're like, this
is so
movie.
good." There's so many jokes now that I like never got as a kid,
Sure, of
obviously.
course, yeah.
So I started watching it like all the time in college.
I like rewatching it. I was like, how did my parents ever let me watch this? Ever.
That is like one of those ones too that you've made like when we first started being friends, and you would make references to. I was
Yeah.
like, I know what you're talking about.
Do you have a favorite
reference?
joke from the movie?
joke.
Joke. I told you I was gonna try not to sound like I was from Michigan.
Favorite joke? Mine is honestly, and I still use it all the time, and I use it right when we like sat down today. It's time to expand our minds.
It's homework time.
One more time. I think that movie's great though because I
There's
think
so
also
many.
everyone is. There's like almost like it's like hard to name them because
Yeah.
they're like
They just come out naturally.
it's like one after another after another after another.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And it's so funny, and you and I have been making jokes with each other about like pertaining to that movie forever. I feel like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think the stew, more of a thick soup than a name, really. That
Yeah.
comes up like more often than anything.
Same.
I don't know how, because how many people do you meet named Stew?
Not many anymore.
Well, that's very Chase though to just
Stuart.
quote out of
Stuart.
nowhere. Quote a
Stuart
movie.
Dunmeyer.
Dunmeyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot his last name.
Yeah.
The good-
Stuart
man, you might beat
Dunmeyer.
me on
Miranda
this term, yeah.
Hillard.
Mrs.
Sellner.
Mrs.
Don't want to
Sellner.
jumpstart ya.
Don't want to jumpstart you. How's your ticker, dear? I just say dear at the end of everything, and I'm quoting it all the time. Do you want to do a little trivia?
Let's do it.
Let's
Okay.
do some
I'm
trivia.
ready for this.
All right.
Be kind to me, Melise.
Do I have to press the bell every time?
No. Whoever gets my attention first. Who are Daniel and Miranda's 3 children? What are their names? It's funny.
Liddy,
Liddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, Liddy,
Yes.
Chris, and Natty.
Shit on you.
I don't know why I have to say it in an accent like
Because
that.
you wanted
but
to remember and you didn't.
Yep. Lydia, Chris, and Natalie.
That's hilarious.
Natty, dear.
That's a dumb question.
Okay, wait. You got one. You got one.
That's a dumb question.
Pay attention to how many you get right.
Ooh. When Mrs. Doubtfire walks into the living room to make the children do their homework, they insist that they must finish their
Dick
television.
Van Dyke. Ding.
Damn it. You are
He's like
so...
doing the like,
Yeah, it is the Dick
skin,
Van Dyke. Yeah.
skin folding thing.
Skin folding.
They're like he's
No,
like
that's a
pushing
different
like
part.
it's a different part.
That's a different part.
Oh.
That is the most revolting thing I've ever seen. I know exactly what I'm God damn it, dude. I'm gonna...
How old does Chris turn at the beginning of the movie?
12.
12. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's 3-0 at this point. Okay, there's no way. If one of you guys know this,
Okay, let's do
I'll
it. Run
die.
it, dude. Run it, dude.
In the restaurant Bridges, what table number did Miranda and her family sit at?
28.
No.
No, 10?
No.
Wait, can you
It's so funny the answer that they give.
can you give us like a between this and this?
It's between 0 and 40.
0 and 40.
Table
Is it a high?
38.
Very close.
42.
It's between 0 and 40.
Oh,
Why did
39.
they even mention
It's
it?
39.
39.
It's 39. Okay, because she said
Barely.
38,
Yeah.
and I said barely close. It says answer 39. Mrs. Doubtfire replied, 39, my age. Thank
Oh.
you, my dear.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
Yeah, she does. We're using correct pronouns. Daniel and Miranda Hillard have how many children?
That's a dumb
3.
question. Let's not even answer that one.
Okay, well, Chase
That
got
doesn't
1
count.
point.
Yeah,
so
it counts.
I
Oh, I got,
named them.
it counts.
2 points. I got 39. I did 30.
Ooh, how about this? What is the name of the petting zoo that Daniel brings home for his son's birthday?
Oh, I
This
have
is
no idea.
impossible.
I have no idea.
Oh.
No way in hell you know this.
If you know
Melise.
this, I'm gonna freak out right now. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna run around the
The
block.
goddamn San Diego Zoo.
Honestly, acceptable
No.
answer.
I feel like when you say it, I'm gonna. Oh,
No way. It's very, it's
What
very
is it?
odd.
Tell me what it is.
Bob's Mobile Petting Zoo.
I would never. have
Yeah,
guessed
it's
that.
tricky.
is the restaurant that they get takeout from also Bridges? What was the amount of?
No, the one they get
Oh,
takeout.
that's kind of steep. Yeah.
Oh no, that one is like an Italian.
It's like.
Do you think they get
Vincent's
stew
or
and
something.
It's like
Yeah.
Vincenzo's or something, but it doesn't even say Italian food. It just says like gourmet takeout. And it doesn't even say what kind of food it is. I saw that yesterday and I was like, what in the hell? There's another question. Who are Daniel and Miranda's 3 children? Lydia, Chris, and Natalie. Come on, get off it. After Mrs. Doubtfire catches her breasts on fire, what does she declare? Ugh, my first day as a woman and I'm getting
Hot flashes.
drag. What kind of animal is seen eating the cake that Miranda brought home
Horse.
for Chris's birthday?
A donkey.
A donkey.
A horse or a donkey?
It's a pony.
Okay.
You're right.
Golly gee.
Melissa's winning, I think.
Melise is kicking your ass.
Yeah, she's handing me my ass.
This
right
is wild.
Yeah.
What did Mrs. Doubtfire say what did Mrs. Doubtfire say she was when she dipped her face in the cake?
A Yeti.
A
Yes.
Yeti.
Snow.
It's an action. Something is happening to her.
I'm melting like a snow cone in July.
Yeah.
In Phoenix.
In
But yeah, that works.
Yeah. Good job, Chase.
Thanks.
That was
Good
good.
job. Appreciate you.
Um,
Thanks, man.
Finish this quote by Daniel. Oh, it's just party streamers, not. It's 2 words. That was a really good impression, too.
I don't know.
A hot dog?
Hot dog.
Toxic waste.
Toxic
okay. I wouldn't have
waste.
guessed
I would
that.
not either. Yeah.
Did you know I have been to the house? The Mrs. Doubtfire house.
That's sick.
Is it as big as it looks in the movie? Because that bitch is like 6 bedrooms.
Yeah, it's
a
like a
big
whole
house.
block.
It's a
That's
giant
crazy.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I
But
want that
it's like
house.
completely different now.
Yeah, of course.
It's like painted
Sure.
differently
Yeah.
and whatnot.
That's
Boo.
sweet.
That's really cool. That would be someplace cool to go to.
What is your next question?
Where does Daniel get the name Doubtfire?
The
The
newspaper.
That was a chase.
What was the headline?
Police Doubtfire
Doubtfire.
was an accident.
Yeah.
That's funny. I wonder how they got that for the movie. Actually, like was that
Doubtfire
how they got it for the movie?
No. It's a movie. They just
Yeah, but that's
printed it.
so No, not a real newspaper. But like, maybe someone like saw it. Like, what should we call this lady? By the way, we forgot to give her a name.
Is Mrs. Because that's
It's, like,
often
so
what happens
random.
with movies. They write an entire movie and they just don't name one of the characters. The title character.
They don't name the movie.
Oh my gosh. Where was Stu from?
London.
England.
Boom.
Where's
London,
your? Well, I don't know. His
Ontario.
accent was kind of muddled. It was hard to tell.
London, Ontario.
So it's
He
tan.
was from London, Ontario. That's dumb. We're gonna do it though. What city does Mrs. Doubtfire take place in?
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
That's another Chase. Chase is heating up.
Yeah, I
Chase is
think.
heating
Are
up.
we counting? I think you
I
might
don't think
be
we're
passing.
I don't
now.
even know what I'm. Yeah.
Y'all are like neck and neck. I don't know. What book were Daniel and Natalie in the middle of when he left?
Stuart
Stuart
Little.
Little.
No.
No.
What?
Charlotte's Web.
Oh shit!
Damn,
You're right.
dude.
You
Yeah, it
both.
was
What
worth-
kind
yeah.
of Berenstain Bears situation?
It was
one
her
of the most
favorite
all
book.
noble creatures in all of literature. Stuart Little.
Another quotable one, I guess.
Yes.
At the family outing to the pool, what does Mrs. Doubtfire joke that they've outlawed? Why is she not getting in the pool?
Whale watching.
Whaling.
Whale watching. Yeah.
Not whale watching, whaling.
Whaling.
Like killing whales.
Yeah.
This is going to be the last one because I like this one a lot.
Okay.
What was the name of Mrs. Doubtfire's husband?
I was gonna
You were about to say Vincenzo
Vincent.
again.
Yeah. No.
Winston.
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 Yes. What? How did he die?
He got hit by a,
Yeah, there was
a
the
beer
drink that
truck.
killed
A
him.
Guinness truck.
It was the drink that killed him. He was
Oh,
hit by a
that's
Guinness
literally
truck.
killed him. Yeah.
Oh, he's an alcoholic. He got
That's
hit
a
by the
really good
Guinness
one.
truck. That is so
Also
wild.
a favorite.
Oh my gosh. It was the drink that killed him.
How do you think that movie aged?
Pretty okay.
Pretty well. Yeah, I would say well.
Besides some of the... No.
It was well. It was good.
No, it aged well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is something to think about, but that one was really good. Most Robin
Honestly,
Williams ones
yeah.
are pretty solid though.
Yeah.
Because that movie aged well. The Birdcage aged well.
It honestly felt like it aged probably better.
Yeah.
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 Aladdin aged really well. That's how I know Robin Williams from Aladdin. It was tough.
I don't know. But yeah, that's a great movie. If you've really never seen it, you really, 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 really should
Yeah.
see it, Mrs. Doubtfire. Great soundtrack too. I do like the soundtrack.
So many songs were coming up that I was like, there's no, like, I had only really heard them like driving around in your car. And then I was like, whoa, did you know
Do you
this
listen
song?
to the soundtrack in your car?
No, honestly,
Yeah,
it kind of sounds like it.
I do. No,
Yeah,
I like
it's
honestly,
wild.
I like the Jersey Boys. And I like
The Jersey
Yeah.
Shore Boys.
the
Like
band.
Polly.
and-
Have you seen that movie, Jersey Boys? It's
No,
so
is it a
good.
musical?
No.
Is it about
Chase
a
wouldn't
music
watch it
group?
if it was a musical.
Yeah, but it's
something?
it's
Yeah,
like
no, it's
really
musical.
good. It's super good. You should watch it. You'd like
All
it.
right.
You'd like it. You'd like it.
The last movie you told me to watch that you were like, it's.
It's.
I don't know
so
if you
good.
said you'd like it, but the way you described it sounded like I would, and I did.
What was it?
I did.
I forget what it was called, but it was about like a hurricane that came into. These people were on vacation, and like this like crazy hurricane came in, and the family, it was like a family of 4.
2020.
It was called like Unforgettable or
Oh, I know what you're talking about. And I don't know.
Unforgivable, unforgettable.
I don't think I liked
Unbreakable.
that movie that much either.
Maybe you just were
Love
like
that.
the way you were describing it made it sound like so good, and
Oh.
it just wasn't.
I don't think that doesn't sound like a movie I'd be into. To be honest with you, so I don't know. Are you sure it was
bored?
me that told you that?
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
really
no,
bored.
it was definitely you.
Are you bored?
Melise, you look like you have been like a landscaper your whole life with their hands. Right
I
now.
know. I did so much work.
What were you
today.
doing earlier today?
I was like reconfiguring my gardenscape. I took the
Garden.
patio out and all the stones out, and I'm like turning it into
My
a pathway
gosh.
in my other area.
Eee, that's gonna be really soothing.
And
In
then
your
I
estate.
put a pitchfork through my foot.
Through the crack.
That's really crazy.
Through the crock. The crock.
Through the
The
crock.
crack in the crock.
You got to get those
Steel toe Crocs.
Balenciaga Crocs.
those armored Crocs.
Oh.
Those armory Crocs.
Armory
Is that a thing?
Crocs.
Yeah, they're sheathen with Kevlar.
Really?
Stop it.
What?
Yeah.
What is Kevlar?
You're lying.
Kevlar?
Yeah.
It's bulletproof material.
No.
Yes, it is.
Well, maybe it is, but I don't. They make Crocs like that.
Yeah.
I want to go to bed.
Ben's going to bed, guys. Good night, Ben.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Say good night, Kevin. Are you guys doing Home Alone for?
Say goodnight, Kevin. We should. I've
Christmas?
only seen that movie once.
I like that one,
And
and
it
I
was last
really
Christmas.
like
So good.
Christmas Vacation a lot.
That's a good one.
No,
too.
thank you.
Oh, I love that movie.
That's
It's
not
like
my
a class.
zhuzh.
It's not really my thing, but it's a good classic.
It's one of my
Christmas movie.
faves. Christmas Story is good.
I like Santa Claus.
I love.
I love
Santa Claus. We should do that one. You can be back
Okay,
for Christmas,
okay.
and we'll do
I'll
the
be
Santa
invited back.
Claus. Yeah.
They
do that
just
one.
I can't remember if they just recently made a Santa Claus movie or they made. I think
It's
it was
a show.
A
It's a
show.
series. Anyways, I love Santa Claus, and I think that movie, and even the second one, is really good.
Yeah.
The second one is
Yeah.
really good. Which one?
The third one is with Martin Short, where he's like Jack Frost.
I like that one more than the second one because the second one has the
What?
fake Santa Clauses. Which
Yeah,
one is the one with
that's
the fake
the
Santa
second
Clauses?
one. No,
That's the
that
third
is the
one.
second one.
The
That's
what?
the
The
second
fake one?
me-
Maybe
Where they
it is-
make fake Santa Clauses and they're like evil Santa Clauses.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
just
I've
got a
seen the
little too
second
much.
one, then
Why do you think I have
maybe
11
not.
text
Look at
messages?
this. Look at this. Look what I have right here.
Is that a polar bear?
This is a dog. This is a doggy parent.
I really quick have to mention.
Your dad looks so young.
Are you kidding me?
Every time I see him, he looks like he's like 38.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean about your dad. Your
That's
dad
not
looks great.
mean,
Ben.
it's
Not
a
you. Not you. I'm
compliment.
talking about.
So my dad sent me this picture. My dad sent me this picture and he said, "Talk about us on the podcast," because he probably looked at Find My Friends and saw that I was over here
Oh.
and knew
Well,
that
there
we
you
were
go. We
recording the
just
podcast.
talked about Jim.
There you go,
What's his
Jim.
name?
Jim.
Jim and Tim.
Ben's
And
dad
Mom.
has his tongue pierced, and he has a very really. It's like a small red jewel.
It's a 2mm garnet set in
Yeah.
white gold.
very tasteful.
Very.
very
Are you
tasteful.
serious?
Seriously,
Yeah.
shit water.
No.
Jim, if
I don't
you're
know
watching
why.
this-
That is always the joke. Anytime I mention my dad, Chase has to talk about how my dad has a tongue piercing.
it's
And
true.
That's it.
I heard your dad had his belly button pierced.
My dad has his top, bottom, and sides done.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
he
in
has
a
really
cross or an
deep belly
X?
button.
It's in kind of like a Chris Angel-esque cross.
With like a dangle off
My
the
dad
bottom
also
one.
has the words "mind freak" over his.
I was going to say, you
navel.
better be careful what you're saying. Mind freak! Hi, Nana. Speaking of mind freaks, there goes Nana.
Are you ready? That's mind freak.
Oh.
Hi, Nana Bear.
Do you like Chris Angel?
Yeah,
Were you into Chris Angel?
a little bit.
Who are
yeah,
you
okay.
into the most? Were you into Chris Angel, David Blaine,
Oh, yeah.
David Copperfield?
Every time I hear the name
Harry
David
Houdini.
Copperfield,
Harry Houdini.
My dad was really into Harry Houdini.
Yeah,
and we used
he
to
is
go to
cool.
his like museum thing at Niagara
Yeah,
Falls.
yeah.
And so
Niagara Falls, you're
You
so
You know, they do
Canadian.
have
It's
a
crazy.
they have a museum of magic, a magician museum in Marshall, Michigan. I've been to that.
Is it cool?
Marshall
Oh,
Mathers,
it's so boring, dude.
oh,
You were really amping it up for
yeah,
a
I thought you were
second.
gonna say
No,
so
it is
cool.
like it is like underwhelming would be like the best. It's like underwhelming.
yeah. so
They
don't
have
go.
cool things. Like they have some things that Houdini wore and like poster, like original, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. But it's not very big. And for you to drive to Marshall right now, it's like 2 hours and like 45. It's like a crazy amount of time. And it's like, nah, you could spend 25 to 30 minutes in there and you would feel
That's-
super satisfied.
That's me at every single museum I've ever been to.
no way, dude.
I just recently went to the
what
Henry
about the
Ford
DIA?
Museum.
You
Um,
went- how long did it take you to get through the Henry Ford Museum?
Oh, I was haul-assing through the Henry Ford.
What?
And I was with two
That's
people.
a pretty cool museum.
It's great.
It was
It's
cool,
so
but
cool.
I can absorb really fast. I was just going, I was like, yep, cool, awesome, good.
Nah, man.
The only part that I went really slow was like the like when it was talking about like the civil unrest and like the segregation and everything. I was like, I can't run through this. I have to go a little bit slower.
Give some respect.
And I learned a lot.
What about like if it was something that was super interesting to you? What if it was a Harry? Don't you love Harry Potter?
Harry
Do you listen to the podcast?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
episode 1.
Well, no,
If it was
here's
like a Harry
something.
Potter museum.
Episode 1. It was episode 2, 3. One of those episodes.
Ow,
Ooh, are
my
you
bad.
okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
I
Are
have
you
to go
okay?
home.
Okay? Okay?
No, not yet.
My pitchfork injury.
I'll grab our waiter.
It reopened. No, so when I was a kid,
Gaston.
I used to go on a lot of fencing trips because I fenced professionally,
Ben was a rich kid.
competitively. We sounded like we were rich, but we never were.
He told me he was a poor kid.
They
I
were
was
poor
poor.
in Pleasant Ridge.
Yeah, my parents got that house in the 80s.
I thought that was like a snazzy kind of place.
It is now, but it wasn't when my parents moved there.
Let's get your dad on the pod.
Should I
Let's get him on
FaceTime
the
him?
horn
Jim.
right now. Let's get him on the horn.
I need to see
We
his.
should. You know what we should do is we should get one of those like old like.
He's a
wired
bag boy at
intercoms
Trader
things so People
Joe's.
can call in and we'll just
Yeah.
have like an intercom right here, and people are like, "Hello."
Your mom would call
Like
us
an actual
all the
phone.
time.
Oh, she would call a lot.
She
Bless
would
her
call.
soul.
I know. I love her to death.
That would be sweet if you had like a rotary phone.
We should do that.
It's the first time in the history of this podcast that I've rung it. But when I was a kid, we'd go on fencing trips, and my dad took me. They had this like Star Wars exhibit at this museum, and it was like a bunch of costumes and like props and replicas and stuff from the movies. And it was one of those museums. We all grew up at the same time, basically. And you got like the little like radio. And you had like the headphones,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you would like type in the code. It would tell you the code, and it would like tell you about what you were looking at. I did that, and I stopped at every single thing and typed it in, listened to it, and stared at it, and it like took forever to get me through it.
Well, there you go. You're
was
just
probably
not
the
going to
last.
the right museums if you're
Yeah.
if you're not.
I took a
enjoying
really
them.
long time when we went to Backpacks exhibit
at the Cranbrook.
At Cranbrook. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
really
right.
nice.
You guys left. I stayed there.
We saw
what
the
was that?
exhibit.
That was a fun one. I liked that.
That
one.
was
Yeah.
fun.
Where
I really
Shay
liked
But you guys
Cranbrook.
like walked around
Yeah.
backpacks part and then just like peaced
That's
out.
why I went. I don't care about all these other people. I'm there for a backpack.
Yeah.
Band pack.
It was great.
I wanted to say too, though, that the other thing to think about with Mrs. Doubtfire, though,
We're really bringing it back.
Back to
yeah, because you guys are going like,
We are.
You guys are on Pluto right now. You guys are gone.
Go ahead.
The other thing to think about though is that he is like a really attentive father,
Oh yeah.
and it's like one of those situations where it's like, what lengths would you go? Like if you're unable to see somebody that you really cared about, but you like wanted to so bad, would you like do something like that? Because that's like what the reality of the movie
Yeah.
is. It's like what
I don't
length.
think I would do that.
Well, I'm just saying, like what I think a lot of
If it took
times,
Will
like 'cause
Shay away.
I've always said too
happen.
before
Oh, cool.
that you would be surprised what you would be willing to do or capable of doing in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
That you would think to yourself that you would like never ever do.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
absolutely. Now I have kids, so I definitely understand that.
Yeah. Like, would you dress like me to see Shay?
Why do you have Shay?
Wait, yeah, why am I dressing like you?
What would you wear? to
Not the
dress
father of her
what would you-
child.
What would you wear to dress like me?
Well, I'd have to do some sort of facial hair
Sure.
thing, obviously.
Probably
first.
mustache, right?
These
Mustache.
freckles, natural freckles you have on
Sure.
your
My
on your-
natural reoccurring freckle.
Yeah.
That are purple for some reason.
And then probably just like a sports shirt. And well, I mean what you're wearing right now. Sports
Really?
shirt. What did you call those pants? Fabletics.
Fabletics.
It's
I
the
would prob-
company. It's like a brand
Yeah, I
name.
know,
bro.
I know.
Brought to you by Fabletics.
Yeah.
Fabletics sponsor us.
I would probably just want to look like a piercer freak.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
wow.
Never coming back.
I'm trying. Yeah.
You were the test to see if we wanted to have guests.
And
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think we're good.
From now on, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no.
gosh. Wanting to look like a piercer.
I don't
freak.
think I look as much like a piercer freak as Ben does, honestly, though. Honestly.
I'm trying to look more like a piercer.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
like you guys
I
both
don't-
put a
I
hoodie
don't-
on,
I feel like
you
I-
would look
I
like
feel
a
like
normal
I look
person.
more
You
of
would look like a piercer.
a
freak.
normal person, or I feel like I look like a tattooer. I don't.
No,
look as much
that's
like
the
a
thing though,
piercer.
because when we're out in public, people always approach me.
I don't even exist, dude.
No.
No, it's great.
It's crazy.
It's the
We'll be
best.
standing there and someone will come up Which is funny. The first time it ever happened, and I almost ran away from you. We were at Target recently, and this drug addict came up and started talking to Chase. And it was like talking about Chase's head tattoos, and I was like, "Get out, get out, get out, get out, run, run, run!" I was like, "I need to get out of here." So I ran. I like fully was like 6 aisles down, just like watching, because it never happens to me. It always happens to me. It never happens to you, which is so funny because we'll go out and people will be like, "Oh, I love your tattoos. Like I love your piercings and stuff." In my brain, I don't have a lot of piercings. In reality, I don't have a lot of piercings. It's just the piercings that I have are severe.
Yeah.
Like my ears are big. I have giant holes in my nose. My philtrum is just like bright.
Mm-hmm.
And then like
Piltrums.
people can't like see my bridge a lot because I have my glasses on. But like
You're also like between the two of you.
huge.
Well, no, I was gonna say much more approachable. You give off like a friend, more of
I
a
hate
friendlier
it.
vibe.
I hate it.
I look like a spy.
Yeah.
You look
I
like
wouldn't
M.
approach
Criminal.
You,
No,
think.
most
No.
people don't.
That's because Chase has face tattoos and I don't.
Is that why?
I look
That's
more
why.
I think it's the
intimidating.
dark eyes.
I'm just an intimidating looking
dark
person.
features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why they have to talk to me though.
You know, it's
Yeah,
because
no,
you
people
look
always
like a
come up
little
to me.
teddy bear.
Little teddy bear.
Little teddy.
Big
Big
teddy.
old teddy.
Little teddy bear.
Hot toddy.
Hot. Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
When was the
It's a
last
drink.
Melise, when was the last time you had a hot toddy?
I don't know if I've ever had a hot toddy.
What? My
Hot-
grandma used
hot
to
and
make me
boozy
hot
drink
toddies
doesn't really
all the
seem like-
time.
Alcohol?
Just a little bit.
I think
just
what
a
is
little
it?
nip-
Whiskey?
It's
Hot.
a little nip of whiskey and hot water and some honey. And
That
some
sounds
vinegar,
disgusting.
I think, or something. I don't know.
Vinegar?
I don't know, man. I don't remember.
Makes it feel
Alcohol
better.
makes no
Man,
sense to me.
Just take it down a notch, okay?
I don't
Take it
get
down a
alcohol
notch.
at all.
My
Makes no
Fabletics
sense.
are on. Look at these things. Look at these things, dude.
My slutty little knee has been out this whole podcast.
Come on, man. Bleep that word out. That is inappropriate.
I'm not gonna
Your parents listen to this.
You said fuck.
Oh.
Not even Mrs. Doubtfire.
Did you see that? Did you
Now
see
you're
what
not
he
this.
did?
It's gonna be rated.
That's not professional.
I have every time I post these podcasts, I hit explicit and not for children.
Explicit.
I have to hit explicit on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and then on YouTube, it's not for children.
Not for chitlin.
I don't want children watching this.
Well, I guess I can't listen to O'Shea anymore.
Lachey. Shay is,
every
Shay is
week
our
he's
number
like-
one fan.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll sign a photo for Shay.
Okay.
You should have gotten headshots. Damn it.
Damn it. I want to be wearing a hat.
I saw you get out of the car, and I was like, damn, I almost wore a hat too.
I got a really nice
hiding.
hat the other day. I went on vacation with Nev, and I got this hat with a loon on it.
That's cool.
But
That's
it's
cool
just,
as
it's
hell.
the head of a loon. It's just like the loon head. And it's really sweet. It looks like this hat where it's like a little worn and it has like the cloth. Like
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's in my truck though.
Sounds like a real dad hat.
It's a daddy hat.
Not daddy, dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
You're right.
Everybody.
You're right.
Ben's right.
Like the
Ben gaslights me all the
The
time.
sweater that I got you.
That
you
still
wear
lives in
all
my
the
closet.
time. Yeah.
No, I'm super skinny now. I could probably wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much that
I
was?
wore
was
my
$50.
jersey. to
Okay.
that one
Did I
game.
ask you to buy it?
Well,
This
you
is
should
me
be
when I
guilted
get
into
gifts.
it.
This is me when I get gifts. Did I ask for this?
I thought it was so perfect for you.
It is perfect. I love it. The color's
Perfect.
great. I'm just too big, but I'll wear it now that I'm skinny.
Yeah, now that you're a Slim Jim.
Slim Jam. You're
That's
Slim
my
Was that your
friend's
nickname in
license
high
plate.
school? Oh.
You have jam on your Slim Jam. Ew.
What?
Ew. I don't know.
We
I'm
left you alone
scared.
for too long. You start making stuff up. Where am I?
I don't know where I am
I think this is like the of your podcast I've listened to the most.
Unhinged.
Over, yeah.
I'm really trying, you guys.
You are doing great.
We just can't stay on topic, Ben.
Not at all. I tried to get back on topic multiple times.
So, Melise, you've been the mayor of Madison Heights now for about 5-6 years. Do you want to
You're-
talk about that at all?
Your grandpa wasn't that? Uncle? Grandpa? Uncle?
The mayor of Madison Heights.
He was.
Grandpa or uncle?
My grandpa was the mayor of
Grandpa.
Madison Heights for like
Oh.
20
What did you
years.
call your grandpa? Did you have like fun names for your grandpa?
Pin Pond.
No.
No.
I didn't really talk to him very much.
He's a
when I
busy
was
man
kid,
running the city of Madison
So
Heights.
he was kind of busy doing like Batman stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he was doing too much.
Did he get? You
I
said
was-
he was 20 years. In the
like 20
position?
years? Something
Holy
like that. It was a long
cow.
time,
They must
yeah.
have liked him over there.
They loved him. And
That's crazy.
Yeah. His name is Nathaniel Parrish. Look
Stop
him up.
Stop it.
And So
Melise, I would just like to take this time to apologize.
Or what?
So I was more of a grandma guy. My
Yeah.
grandma was my
Would you call her
rock.
grandma?
My grandma is my rock. I love my grandma.
You call her grandma?
Isn't she like almost 100?
She's 98,
God
Yeah.
bless her.
and she's strong as an ox.
Honest to God.
Oh yeah, dude.
Both-
My grandma wears
Fabletics.
basketball shorts under her slacks just in case there's a pickup game.
Stop it. I was
Never know.
believing you
Never
for
know.
so
You
long.
never know when there's gonna be just like a pickup game somewhere, so you got to be ready. And
I
prepared
saw her
with
at
shorts
Anthony's wedding, and she was like, Ben, come here. And I was like, okay, what's up? And she kind of like lifted her. She said,
Yeah.
"Are you ready?" I said, "Yeah, I got it."
You should
And it
have
was under
seen.
my
You should have
suit,
seen
too.
the crossover.
Yeah,
she
yours just went-
she
It
faked
was
his
wild,
ass out with you,
dude.
and she was
Dude,
just like,
broke both my ankles,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
It was crazy.
It was nuts. yeah, dude, she's kind of crazy.
Oh, that was the only thing that we could have done that would have just like taken that already great wedding and made it a little bit better. If there was like a little pickup game in the parking lot.
What do you like eggnog?
Yeah.
Do you like drinking like alcoholic eggnog or just like regular
Oh,
eggnog?
like
Ew.
have a couple over the season.
You'll have what?
A couple over the season.
A couple alcoholic ones?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't.
That's
know.
so gross.
I like eggnog a lot. Yeah, I do.
What does this have to do with Mrs. Doubtfire?
I was thinking about Christmas movies.
One lump or two,
Because we
dear.
were talking about Christmas
Oh.
movies, and then I was
Because
like,
we were talking about Mrs. Doubtfire.
honestly, all the food that Mrs. Doubtfire makes looks like ass. Always.
Yeah, no, the food that she got from Vincenzo's or whatever, the gourmet.
Carrots in a
Vincenzo's.
row.
Yeah, those carrots looked fake.
Those cold
That-
ass carrots.
Yeah,
that aren't
the
cooked.
nasty pasta, and then just that like pink sludge she pours on the plate. I'm like,
It's like tapioca.
fucking ew.
She's like, here's
What
your
is
tapioca
that?
and your carrots.
Dip your carrots in your tapioca.
Put your carrots in your tapioca and don't complain about it. You're gonna eat in the bathroom. When I was
And
a
then
kid,
she-
my grandma would make me eat in the bathroom when I like would burp or fart at the table, or I was like being rude. She'd be like, eat in the bathroom.
I'm gonna start doing that to you too when you burp and fart on the podcast.
Eat on the
Yeah,
damn toilet.
go record in the bathroom.
That make it easy. Just
It was a nice
Please
bathroom.
You
get
know what
off of
we
me.
could talk about?
Sure, go ahead.
That's
go ahead.
related.
Go ahead.
I thought you were gonna bring up or something.
Wake up.
So I was ready. So I did a year program in special effects makeup, props, and prosthetics.
what?
Did
you have to talk like this?
Yeah, I
You were
I wanted,
taught by
I wanted
that
to
person?
be him, and honestly, that's why I wanted to go into it because
That's
of
really
that
fun.
scene
Really?
in Mrs. Doubtfire where they like
Yeah,
do the
make
whole
his
like
face, yeah.
cast his face and everything, and so I thought it was going to be like that. I ended up not graduating. I like dropped out like 2 months before because I was like, I just want to be a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
So I quit.
You're
Now look
you were
at you.
just
But the
Living
amount
on the
of-
street.
rebellious.
Yeah.
So rebellious.
But the amount of work that goes into making one of those face masks.
Oh, it's wild.
like yeah, you don't just like put that on every day on your own. You just slap it on your face and put your
the
wig on.
way they
Like-
have him doing it is so like
Yeah.
absolutely not real. It's crazy. I, know a
think
little bit.
A lot
about
of
it.
those things like only get used once too. A lot of those prosthetics.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
put so
Oh,
much
yeah.
work and then
Yeah.
it just gets thrown
Also,
out
the
after.
one that
They'll
they
make,
hand
like,
to him is
70
so
noses,
thick,
you
and
know,
it's like
whatever.
no way. Like this, like while it can be thick, it's like you're not re-wearing this all the time. It's like on, you peel it off, and it's done.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, every morning Daniel gets up,
Euphegenia.
he puts it on, he latexes the side, he does the makeup around
Spirit
everything,
gum,
like, and
you
then
know.
no one notices because he does
Yeah.
such a good job.
He
His
looks-
wife
he looks
didn't
like a
even
little old
notice.
lady.
Seriously.
I think it's not
it's
fair
on
to
the way.
take all those little things apart from the movie though, because obviously it's not real.
No,
It's
and it's
There was
funny.
something
It's
else
a
that I
funny
saw.
movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect the way it is.
It is
Yeah, I
great.
agree.
yeah, wouldn't change a thing. They were
No.
supposed to make a second one.
I know. Yeah.
But
What was
I'm
that
kinda
gonna
Now
be
they
about?
can't.
glad did. I'm kind of glad they didn't because like it's good the way it is. It doesn't. need to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
There's no need for a second one. It's good.
Yeah.
Was he
Which
gonna
is
dress
stupid.
up like another woman?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's good. It's
He
totally.
Yeah, I
did
don't
it.
know
It's
what
been
they would've
played.
done.
It's played out.
Yeah, I agree. Daniel, the whole time.
The whole time.
That's one that
That
gets
is
quoted a
like
lot.
to me.
Yeah.
Too,
I have to go.
that-
I have to leave.
I was gonna say that is the best depiction of somebody like literally having like a panic
Like
attack,
going
like a
through
real
it.
panic
Yeah.
attack. Yeah, she just is like totally irrational.
Not
like it's
having
just,
a good
yeah.
time at all about it.
Oh, Daniel.
And then-
but again, so disturbing. Imagine that really happening.
Dude,
and how
I
you
could
would be like.
not.
Is
Also,
this
I feel like I would
seriously
clock
what's
my
happening?
dad
Oh
dressing
my
up as a
God.
woman.
I would. Oh God, your
Yeah.
dad would be a beautiful.
And then Stu just like shakes his hand on the way out.
Yeah, like, yeah, he saved your life, but don't touch him.
is aspirin with the
With the A and the S scraped off. We're just gonna slowly change over to
We're
talking
gonna go
about the
slowly
birdcage to
segue
this.
into
Did
birdcage.
you do the birdcage already?
Not yet.
We're saving
Oh.
it for a special event.
We're
Okay.
it's for a special occasion.
It's
A
Esperanto.
special occasion.
Yeah. Was that French?
I'm French. I am French.
Melise, speak a little French for us really
Oh
quick.
God.
Say-
Don't do it.
I
Don't
hate
do
the
it,
thing
don't
where
do it.
someone's like, "Oh my God, you speak French? Say something." What would you say if someone walked up to you and they were like, "Can you say something for me? Just say something."
Oui,
What
oui.
would you say?
Say I love
Like
the
in
texture.
English?
I love the texture of tapioca pudding when I
I
eat it.
can't say that. Those are way too complicated of words. Like, how about something simple, like
I like.
I love to be in America.
Je vais écrire avec le stylo.
I like.
Like
You said
school-
something about a pen.
School words, yeah.
I know French.
Chocolat bleu.
That was close.
That was close.
Tabernacle.
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 That's a swear word in Quebec.
What is it?
It just means like church.
Yeah, tabernacle.
Yeah. Tabernacle.
Why is it a swear?
I don't know. You know how like
Yeah.
religious words are often swear words?
God.
God.
I love the Lord.
I do love the Lord.
The Lord.
The Lord.
You're a man of the cloth.
Sometimes.
The line.
Laundress, clean my linens.
We gotta wrap this up.
Okay, so I'll be back for Titanic episode.
Titanic episode 7,000.
It's a two-parter. You have to put the
Sure, sure.
VHS
two different
in.
VHSs.
We'll do,
Yeah.
we'll do
Let's
that
play
one
that
after,
game.
After
How
Man
many-
in the Iron Mask, okay?
How many
All the
VHSs
VO
did you guys have that were two VHSs?
A
That was
lot.
the only one.
I had it. I had Man in the Iron Mask. I had Titanic.
Man in the Iron Mask was two VHSs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen that. I
I
rented it
haven't
from...
seen
We
that
had
movie.
was there was a John Wayne movie we had, and I have it on DVD now, of course. But
Of course.
it was called Hetari, and that was a two VHSers.
I had the 10 Commandments. That's a two VHS.
Man of the Cloth.
The VHS of the Lord of the Rings and the DVDs of the Lord of the Rings were both two VHSs
Oh.
and two DVDs. I think that was it. I know Titanic was a two.
I didn't
one.
eat dinner.
Did you just pass gas?
That's one of my
Like, don't
favorite
eat grumbling.
scenes. That's one of my favorite scenes. Stop it.
Here.
I know we're both
We're
farting
going
a
up.
lot.
I gotta go, you guys.
Oh, we should go get dinner after this. No,
I gotta really go.
I have to go. I
gotta
have to
go.
wake up early and play more
I have
Tears
to
of the
go.
Kingdom
I have to
tomorrow.
go. I have to go.
We have to leave.
We have to leave.
We have to
She
go now.
grabs
We have to go now.
Matilda and drags
She's like, get
her.
out of there now.
Daddy.
She's like, your dad is going crazy.
Daddy? She has such
gets
a lisp
arrested
in
and
this.
Do you
goes to prison
notice
for
that her
35
voice
years.
in the movie is like always a whisper?
You had
What's a me dysentery? She's like always whispering.
forever.
Diarrhea forever.
You get diarrhea forever. That kid's such a little shit.
Chris
It
is
means
like,
you're-
yeah, dude. And she shrivel up and die.
She's like, your
Like,
mom is gonna die from
relax,
diarrhea.
dude. You want
Hardly
mommy to die?
That guy, Chris, and he's got two brothers. They used to have a TV show.
Yeah.
I forget what it was called.
Wasn't he on?
Brotherly Love or something.
Wasn't he on Boy Meets World too?
He was too.
Yes.
But before that, he had the show with his other brothers, and they now have a TikTok, and they just like dance together, and they talk about
no.
like stuff from back in the shit.
They're like,
day.
this is how we do it.
stop.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Very nice. It was great
It
having
was
you
nice
on
meeting
here.
you. Thank you.
Nice
It was
meeting you.
lovely having you on
Lovely to
here.
meet you.
People watch and listen and follow us and subscribe. And if you want to check out some sick ass tattoos, look at Melise Hill.
What is it?
Tattoo.
Emily's Hill?
Melise Hill tattoo. One S, not two. The other one is a scam.
Spell Melise for people.
Melise
Hill.
Hill.
H-I-L.
Hill.
Like
wow.
Hank Hill. God
Like
dang
Tim
it,
Hill.
Bobby. Yeah. Melise is a wonderful,
T-A-T-T-O.
wonderful person
Yeah.
She's okay.
with very
She's
dirty
okay.
hands and feet.
Yeah.
You said what
Hard
about her
worker.
hands?
You have, you
Oh,
have,
look at this one's pretty
you
clean.
have worker hands.
That one on the other
Yeah.
hand. This
On
You have,
the-
the, you, have the, you have the hands of a medieval executioner.
Oh, dirty and
Yeah,
bloody.
what?
She's got the foot of an executioner.
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah, I do.
As a
My crock is
bloodbath.
just covered in blood. At
Oh
home,
my
so you should
gosh.
see it. Yeah.
Speaking of things covered in blood,
Are
like
you
when
growing anything that you eat in your
Cool.
garden or no? What are you growing?
a lot of stuff.
Like
beef
what?
jerky,
Tell me now, hurry.
cheeseburgers.
Tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, a whole bunch of different like lettuces, kales, broccoli, celery.
I'll trade you some pickles for some stuff.
Okay.
How
I don't
big
know
is
what I'm
this?
gonna make.
Oh my
really big.
gosh.
Probably like I have two the size of this table, and then one a little smaller.
This is a big old table.
It is a big table.
Yeah. Yeah. Like.
Sur la
or
table.
something.
Anyways,
Yeah.
everybody listen, subscribe. If you want us to have more guests, let us know too.
Next time we have a guest, we're going to try to be a little more
organized.
Yeah, sorry that I had to.
It was just
threw
so
it out.
exciting
Didn't
to
work
have
out.
you.
We
on
were like,
here.
yay, Melise is here.
we're
Let's
pumped
not
already.
follow any rules.
I'll come back when you guys have things put together a little
Okay,
bit more.
dude.
Yeah, of course. When this like really takes off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay.
Well, any last sentiments you want to leave the viewers, Melise? Put you on the spot there.
After you box them.
You
ship 'em.
ship them. Lots of luck, smartass.
And with that, we say good morning, good evening, and good night. We're done.
Bye.
You know, honestly.
Are you kidding me?
Carlos on the table.